Welcome back, my lovely snowflakes, or welcome in if you're new here. Serena Magic coming at you again with some Dungeons and Dragons. We have the companions of Happenstance today who have become Planeswalkers.
So we've read what should be.
It's going to be a high-level campaign today, and we will try to enjoy ourselves, and please enjoy it with us.
I'm not trying to send a touch with the cord. I'm really not trying to break the cord. I hope you know that. I would rather you break the cord than break yourself. I'll put it that way. Well, I would rather break myself than the cord.
Let's see. Don't need you guys today. I need you. We need
Hold up.
you.
I do have a best buy.
We need you.
Well, let me just put it this way. This cord was like $6. Right. If we break you, it's going to cost way more. Oh, yeah. And then I
Don't need you.
And, you know, let alone my friends, they don't make it reliable and like full time.
Yeah. Very much so, because they're the only two that make money in the house.
What do you call it when you run over 3 disabled kids with your car?
60 points.
No.
A cripple hit.
Cripple hit. Woo! 20. It's a crit.
Stop.
Bing bing bong.
I know, my phone, I'm going to turn it down because it's going to
Bing
go
bong,
off
bing bong.
like crazy because everybody's starting to post their stuff.
Let's see, you went to a kids show. I was going to Arkham Asylum with Joker.
Bing ba bing bong. Joker here at Joker Asylum.
I think Bing Bong would fit in just fine in Arkham Asylum.
Probably. Probably belongs there. Just saying.
Here it is, right here.
Why that's so funny? Why? Because I tell you no.
But Cooper said, why the chicken crossed the road?
Why that's
Go,
what?
go back. I don't want to
Almonds
hear that
anymore?
joke anymore.
Anyone want almonds? Okay.
Not unless they're
Are
covered
those
in
almonds related?
Oh, there he is.
I
This
thought they might be
kid,
the
this
almond
kid
brothers.
is hilarious.
Say,
I mean,
not
if-
unless those almonds are coated in soy sauce and wasabi.
It's smart
No,
which
they're
one's
actually
mine.
raw and unsalted.
See, you went a lot more mild than I did because I was going to say.
You went for the raw nuts, huh?
Right there.
I knew it was coming.
That's almost as good as
I
David.
knew it was coming.
And my friend Tony was sitting there. We were talking about electronics, and he goes, I'm thinking of switching to the cop.
Yeah.
I said, I think I'll just stick with myself. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was like, if that would have been a spell, he would have dried up to a husk and all the blood would have Total destruction.
That's what you call
just,
it.
just pour it out of the nose like a miracle.
So that's what you say when you do the killing joke.
Right.
Very challenging.
What did one nut say to the
Well,
other
he,
nut?
he did. Joker said it. It only takes
I'm gonna
one.
catch you.
Wow.
They have those conversations and they're just hanging around.
It's only it's only a pair of nuts of wood.
How do you make a mouse smile? Say cheese.
I didn't want to say that because I felt that was too obvious.
Nope. It's,
Wow. Yeah, okay.
What did one saggy boob say to the other saggy boob?
how's it hanging?
No, but that's a good one.
What?
If we don't get some support soon, people will start thinking we're nuts.
By the time we're 70, we'll be kneecaps.
Okay. So that be the mood of the room today.
Well, I think it's fine that we're being very lighthearted right before we face our death.
Well, I'm telling you, like I was telling Ryan and them on the way up here. I have a feeling that Jace is not going to have a very good night because Siegfried had a really good session last time.
Right.
How do you find Will Smith in the snow?
You follow
Make him laugh.
You follow the Fresh Prince.
He's looking for Fresh Prince.
I was just gonna say, look at it.
Behold, you find him in the dark.
Get my name out of your mouth. That whole debacle made me mad.
Maybe the people stumble over his words.
I mean,
Excuse me.
I would have
Crap, I gotta
would have
remember now.
honestly said, like, out of all the things that Will Smith has done that people have not liked, I would have understood it.
Yep.
He not initially laughed at the joke.
Yeah.
Because that was him
Oh,
smacking
no,
Chris
no.
Rock for feeling bad.
No, that made more sense than anything because he laughed at the joke and then he turned his head and saw the look on his wife's
Oh, no,
face.
I know,
Yeah.
but that's why he smacked him.
Yeah.
Because he felt bad for laughing at his joke.
Yep. Well, no.
That's where
He knew Mama was.
Mad.
Yeah.
He knew he
That
knew.
was all about.
He knew he was too.
And also, I feel like the Oscars have not gotten very good.
Drunk.
They haven't had any good ratings in a long time. And I
Nope.
think a lot of that's contrived.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're still dressed. Good job.
All right.
Our little one
So we're
had.
standing on a grassy plain across the glassy sea.
We're in
And
the.
I forgot, but I just read it. I'm blind.
It all turned to silver.
You're blind.
I looked at Sune for too long.
Oh yeah.
But I can feel like
yeah,
Daredevil.
you're like Daredevil.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Is there anything wrong with Snow?
You mean outside of the obvious?
Outside of the obvious, because he closed for me. I wasn't down here. I had
You
to.
beat me by that much.
I had to.
All right. Then.
But no, there's no.
Of course, I know you weren't
I was about to get marked.
So I work at Tune too. So.
Yeah, but you didn't just stand and stare at her in all her
Godly.
godliness.
That's like practice.
All right. So the goddesses are gone. You're standing on a plain of grass.
Well, that's a pretty big plain of grass.
Does the rain in Spain fall mainly in these plains?
I don't know, but the grass has wings. That's why it's plain grass.
I like that.
Somebody just watered the whole thing with Red Bull. And
Cooper, we're starting. If you want to come join us.
That'd be a heck of a patch of land right there. Who needs,
it'd be like
who needs an airport? Glug, 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 glug.
it's got liquor nuts.
Gotta bring a whole six pack though, or it ain't gonna get you very far.
I like money. Leave me alone, baby.
Oh.
All right. In the distance, you can see some buildings. And a dead tree on top of a hill. On the way to the buildings.
You know, do these buildings look like, like they're fairly well put together? Or are they like ruins?
Well, being elves, you would say, well, those are buildings. They're like village buildings.
Okay.
Like you do see smoke, but it's like blacksmith smoke, not like the village is burning smoke.
Okay.
Do the buildings look familiar to something in our past?
No.
Okay, just check. No one else is gonna ask that shit.
Well, I just wanted to make sure we weren't walking up onto like the ruins of a city or a temple or something. That's all I wanted to know.
Well, when we are in the domains of plains of Spain, plains of Spain.
We left the plains of Spain.
I was gonna
Well-
say, were we ever on the plains?
What's funny is, the funny thing about that is it means that we are no longer insane.
Huh?
I mean,
We are.
that's a
Insane. Insane.
That's
Behind us, we're no longer insane.
that's all a matter of
Everything's
perspective,
Are we in
though.
Funky Town now? Is that what this is?
Somewhere in the outskirts of the membrane. Insane in the membrane.
Oh, see, over
Check
here.
It's
the
live.
deal before you wreck yourself.
As long as it ain't Crazy Town, we're all fine.
Where is he? I gotta make sure he's not going.
Crazy town.
He's not in the bathroom doing something else.
So, behind you is the trackless sea.
That's all I
You just water as far as you can see. To your right and left is coastline. Let's see, yeah. There would be mountains to the north, and that's all that would really be in your vision from the coastline. You know, like the occasional cliff down this way or down that way. No visible islands from the coast. Small village.
I, for one, would suggest we get our bearings and figure out what's happening here.
Here you are.
Do I feel a ping in a direction since apparently I'm the freaking compass in this group?
Momentarily, not at the moment. Not momentarily. Just
But
all the time.
It's pinging everyone!
Pineapple!
Come on, Cooper.
I have 0 ping. That's a good thing.
Well, I don't feel anything that we're supposed to be going towards right now, so town
You
sounds
look
like
at
the
Cheeto
best
from
way to go.
All that white tree looks quite interesting.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it. On the other hand, by the way,
On the way, for sure.
Which all of you are slightly intrigued by the dead white tree on top of the hill.
Yeah, I
wait a
was.
minute.
It has like
A dead white tree.
a
I see what
a
this is doing.
sheet. It has like a shape of a person kind of.
Can
Like you can see it in the tree, but
I cast religion and insight on it?
you mean can you check religion insight see if you know anything about it?
Yeah.
I got religion inside.
It's in you. No, I cast in religion inside. You're going to put out an eyeball.
Come on! Just because you said it looks like a
It's
person.
just like the pounder running through the schism.
You said it looks,
Shoot your eye
you
with
said
that
it looks like
thing.
a person who was kind of see if it like maybe it's a tree that was turned in a person who was turned into a tree or
I will.
I think the best approach to that would be to approach that.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I was gonna say I will approach
Please no.
I was gonna say, I was
cautiously.
gonna nudge you.
Please
Hey,
no. You can take anything but
listen,
homie
looks like a
petals.
person.
Yeah, I will approach cautiously.
Okay, the tree
Here you
is the color of
Here you go.
you guys' skin, the moon shadow,
Here you go.
silvery color.
Stop. No, that's mommy's metal one. You cannot.
And as you approach the tree, it starts to shimmer.
This one? No,
It takes
it's mommy's
shape.
metal one. I need it. Here.
And
You can take those. It's fine. Except for that
come
one.
out of the middle.
Except for that one. And that
One
one.
of your sister's clones steps forward.
Here.
Oh, crap.
Says I
You left hours.
am the clone of the
Oh,
dragon.
you need to be careful, buddy. Hold on.
Second key.
Like,
I need to
Prison.
stop.
off the tree.
Authority's done.
No.
Just
If you're not gonna stop, you're gonna
Ahead.
go upstairs.
You will find the army of the dragons
Can you use this?
in the burning plains.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
I am the first key. And then she shimmers backwards and turns
That's
back
your hole.
into a tree.
There you go.
This is my literal message is twitching.
Okay.
I'm getting real tired of this, man. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. This is too dang bad.
Significant.
Like, you told me we're supposed to go. I didn't think we were going to smoke them.
You got the right reference. I like yours better.
It was from Holes.
Uh huh.
Hey, David. Grandpa.
It's too dang bad.
Hey, David.
She said she's the second key, but then she's the first key.
Well, I mean, technically she's all 13 keys.
Mm-hmm.
Is the first and the
Because-
second and the third.
The first key.
My other character told us specifically that she was all keys.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
And
clones.
she said,
All
she said it was like 13. Right?
And these might end up being more than one shot because of all the ideas that popped into my head since I discovered that they'd forgotten around me.
Oh no.
So,
You got all of them. Inside,
Well, it
the,
might be-
inside the box.
more than one shot's having this sex on.
Yeah.
Good job.
So now do I have a team in a general direction? I feel like I might now.
Yes, ready.
You do feel drawn towards the village.
You know, guys, I'm getting a general that way direction.
Baby, I see it.
This is my father.
I can only.
But
I'm
Gutter's not
picturing.
here.
Stop! I'm picturing Gutter.
Right.
No, it's just Sadie.
Okay, Cooper, if
I
you keep
myself.
mommying me while I'm playing, you're not gonna play with
Found
me.
it.
No crying. You can stay here and play. But you don't have to show me every dice that you roll.
Until I tell you to roll.
Yeah, until Pop-Up tells you
When I
to.
tell you to roll 20, you're going to roll 20.
Yeah.
Do you know which one's a 20?
What does 20 look like? Show mommy.
Which one's the 20-sided dice? The one with the most sides on it.
Which
One of the biggest
which
ones.
dice has the most sides?
Do you know which one it is?
Nope. Try again. Nope. Try
It's
again.
more like a circle than a dice. That's your 20-sided dice. That's the one that tells you what you done did.
What you done did wrong.
That would be a one. All right. So from the hill, you can see the village. What looks like a black plume, probably a plume of smoke from a blacksmith. And that's about it from here.
Proceed forward.
Yeah, I'm getting a ping towards said village. I'm going to say maybe approach with caution. Maybe.
Step. I step.
I don't know if that one knows how to approach with caution.
You're in your head. I know. I had to say it.
She's like,
I approach with stealthiness.
so is somebody going to scout the village, or are you all going to?
I succeed.
I'll do my normal scout. I mean, I technically am the scout, so yeah. I don't know that. I literally changed my subclass in Rogue way a while back to scout
Ma'am.
just for this.
So you approach, and you start to see different kinds of shapes in the village that don't seem human to you, or elven, or normal. They're like very large. So you start low crawling through, going through grasses and stuff, where going behind the field, making your way around where you cannot be seen.
I'm like those people in the cartoons that are just walking on the fingertips. Ding,
What?
ding, ding.
Are you whispering?
No, those are mummies. I need those. Then I'm taking these two.
I mean, you know.
Scooby and Shaggy.
Twinkle toes.
Yeah, with my natural
want more?
plus 26 to stealth, I hope I'm
So-
shadow in the wind.
You can have two more.
When you get close enough to see the outskirts of town,
Mhm.
you see that there's a farm, and it's quite a large plot of planted crops of some sort, and there are peasants working in there, or humans working in there, and there are two people overseeing them, but I wouldn't say people. You can swear for the life of you that they look like blue dragons, but they're not dragons. They're like humanoid.
Actually,
Okay, above board, we're talking like dragon-looking creatures, or these
Yeah.
dragon-looking creatures?
Yeah.
Okay.
More like dragon. Well,
Dragon.
more like the Kryn and Draconic.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, the Draconic army and Kryn, more like that.
Yeah.
You never rolled knowledge religion?
Go lay down. Beanie, right?
What did you have to lay down?
It's really good, really close to the
Not too good.
TV with his snake.
16?
So you recognize that these are minions of Tiamat, and that they're not of Faerun, but you can't quite remember where
No more.
they're from. Or there's like another name on the tip of your tongue. You can't think.
No.
You
Stop.
can't think of it.
In your head, you're gonna hear, hey, what you know about the evil demon dragon queen?
She's evil.
Dragon. She's a queen.
With a lot of hits.
She's queen, and she has multiple heads. How many? I'm gonna say somewhere between 1 and
Depending on the time of the month.
Well, I mean, I know you have a fairy dragon, so I don't know how much your connection is. So maybe talk about that. So I'm
It's like
seeing
your
how
conic spirit.
Oh, but that'd be probably a good person to ask.
Right.
Yeah.
Where's Chris?
Okay, I'll rephrase the question. How much did you or your little pet know about TMI? Because and you're gonna get an image of one of the humanoids in your head.
You
Where'd
recognize
the bad guy
that?
take it?
And as you commune with your fairy dragon, you hear in your mind the name.
Where's the police station?
Pieces?
Is this the name that was on the tip of your tongue?
Yes.
What is
We'll
that?
get it, Chris, before you leave.
It's
He
it's
said
another
the bad guy
it's
took it.
another multiverse of Tiamat's existence in another world, and those are a dragon army soldiers.
Then the bad guy showed
Do I
us
have any knowledge of
and
their
it was an army place.
prowess as compared to Dragonborn? Or
They are no, they're like leveled dragonborn. They're like they're
they're tough.
yeah. You know the blue ones.
Their armor is like
you know the
tentacle
blue ones.
shields.
You know that depending on the color they are, that they deliver energy damage with their weapons.
Okay.
And it's not the weapon; it's them using it. So any weapon they pick up,
Whether it's a hand, whether
yeah,
it's
if they throw a rock at you, you're gonna take electricity damage.
Joey.
Where?
And every now and then you'll see one crack a whip on the peasants.
Okay, no, leave it up.
So,
Don't
I mean, I'm
put it
assuming
in
it's
there.
very obvious, slavery here.
Yep. Yeah, definitely some
This one.
tyranny going on here.
This one.
The table.
Okay,
I
baby, I'm
get the
trying to.
feeling they're not, well, should I say, peaceful?
Je ne sais quoi.
Jen say what? Jen who? Jameson? Or
Yes. Yes.
well, she said yes. Or nothing.
Oop, damn it.
So
And how many of these?
if you stay hidden, you roll your stealth again. This is not a hard roll, but it's just don't roll a one.
No, that's a 30.
That's the only reason we roll one is to figure
Good
out.
turn.
Because I mean they're a good, still a pretty good distance from you. Just
Yeah.
your elven eyesight allows you to see better.
What's your left I see? Freaking miles!
Yeah.
It says
And then Legolas is telling them like how many, which way they're going, what they're carrying. I see.
You know, really,
And Gimli's like,
I will say that was like the coolest thing in Luke's Tower when you see Elrond like, watching and reading lips in that conversation. You literally watch him basically zooming in like a
Yeah.
hawk on that. And I was like, well, that's dope. But I like
So,
how Vulcan explained it because everything's
Super. Pick them all up.
pick him up, buddy. He will. Just let him play with his dice.
Those are my dice, though.
Oh well, you should have gave him his own dice. He'll pick him up.
I'm fine. I have.
For him.
Oh.
I got plenty of sets.
I was like,
Yeah, we've got like 3 boxes of it. We're good.
So, yeah,
So
you can give those to him.
as you watch, you spot a warrior that's white and a warrior that's green, also in the village.
Look, I'm not trying to get racist here, but there's a white one and a green. Okay.
Why
And a lot of blue.
the same guy?
Um,
I said, aren't white and green supposed to be the same guy?
Mr. White and Mr. Green.
yeah.
Sorry.
As long as it's
Come on,
not
don't
a-
make
It's also
it
red then too. It was also the Red Ranger there for a while, and the Black Ranger. So
I think he's been all but yellow and pink.
Then technically,
yellow, pink, and blue.
Bring me the dice.
Jason
Bring
David.
it back.
Oh man.
Technically, though, I guess if it wasn't, they'd all just
Bring me the back.
Right. So they're obviously lording it over the populace here.
Mm-hmm.
If you move around a bit, roll your stealth check again.
There you go.
Yeah, we're good. But
You feel like there's some activity happening around the edge of a building. You can see like the back of a team of horses.
Okay.
And they're a lot of kobolds filling this wagon with crates and boxes and food and all manner of stuff.
Does it look like that? I mean, it looks like something's about to be departing from there.
Yeah, yeah. And the peasants in the field, you can now obviously see that they're actually picking like carrots and bundling them on a little wagon full up there.
Does it look like
Oh, there.
the dragonkin creatures, whatever we're calling them? Does it look like they
Cooper,
live in
stop.
settlement, or does it look like they are just stopping there for taxes? So
They look like they belong to the wagon.
not the town.
Yeah. And as you sneak around a little further, the one directing everything is a red dragonkin. It's a red dragon.
I'm gonna get so much
First
trouble
he's
a little bit when I go up there.
That makes sense. So I'm going to tell you specifically,
That's all I got.
especially because I have
Okay.
a lot more reach when it comes to
Okay.
you. I'm just going to tell you
Whatever.
specifically, I don't think they're a part of the town. They look like they're loading up, let's call it
Welcome.
taxes, be
Play.
polite. But they
I'll
may
go
be leaving.
Put him in his room.
We may have
At
an
7.
opportunity. They may pass us by. We might be able to get in the city after and see what's going on and see how we can help. But I have a feeling, based on how much food they're loading in that cart, your skills might be needed.
Now I need to go check and make sure they're not
They
getting
might
me
need
back.
someone to help make some food. I'm going to keep an eye on them and stay in contact reach with her and just see. Can I tell if it looks like they're getting ready to fire out?
There are a group of kobolds that are just standing around and not loading anymore, and they're not being like whipped for it.
It's good. I will also tell you, if I can tell the general direction they're going to be going when they leave, I'm going to have them be far off from that direction, so that way they're not risking.
They're going to take the road that goes by the hill with the white tree.
Okay. So I'll let you know that, so y'all know plenty ahead of time to not be in their way.
Yeah.
And I will also tell you that, we've seen things like this before. These look tougher. A lot tougher. Don't know that capability.
And you can also tell that they've taken most of everything that the villagers had, especially the food.
Yeah.
Like they're provisioning an army. As they go to leave, there's 3 wagons.
So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can
you have
when
a
one of
couple
them got
boxes?
within distance, would it be possible, since my mark spell is not actually an attack, it's just a mark, but it does allow me to be able to keep a track on them
Mm-hmm.
for up to 8 hours? Can I do that without aging the city?
DC 30 stealth roll.
Okay. With my advantage to
And
stealth.
this is you thinking through your head if it will work.
Yeah, 18 plus 26.
So, in your mind, you think to yourself, I can mark. And he won't know. And it works.
So,
Which one do you mark?
Blue,
Blue, white, green, or red?
because I don't want to metagame this. How much do I know about these separate intelligences and things of dragons?
As a drow, you would know that the low man on the totem pole is the white dragon.
Okay, then probably him.
Least intelligent.
Yeah, probably him, because I would want to get by.
As
With,
dragons go.
yeah, I'd want to get by with the least amount of noticeability as possible.
Dragons are like the Flash from Spider-Man. What's
yeah.
that always beat up on Peter Parker before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the kind of personalities those dragons have.
Yeah, because I knew.
Blue dragons are like Spartan.
Mm-hmm. They're just very.
White dragons are like bullies.
Yeah.
Green dragons are the closest thing to not totally evil that dragons have.
They're very
And
pragmatic.
then, of course, red
Dramatic.
dragons are tyrants.
They're
And,
tyrants and super smart.
super smart, and they love treasure.
So where does the black dragon fall between the three of them?
The black dragon is right below the red. Yeah,
Intelligence level?
yeah. It goes red, black, blue, green, white. No,
No.
it goes red, black, green,
Yeah.
blue, white. Naked baby,
Because I knew there was always like
naked baby.
I knew there's always been the
What are you
age.
doing, naked baby?
I knew there's always
You're
been
running away
the
from
age
mommy?
agreement of
You're not gonna
green
get
and
me
black
fucking up if
being
you're not
superior
dressed.
to one another. Especially because greens know when to be pragmatic and blacks are just
Well, and greens are a protective force.
Already to clean the
True.
poopy mess.
He took his diaper off after he pooped. Right out.
well, I mean, I'm more aware of that either.
Yeah, right. That's a good thing, actually, that he doesn't
Yeah.
want to wear it. Now you just teach him to figure out he needs to go and not do it by taking his diaper off the floor.
So what I'll also tell you is tell the town. Get somewhere safe. Don't let them spot you. Let them pass, and let's help this town.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stay right in my little hiding nest apparently. And I am nicely tucked away in.
All right, so the
There's Spider-Man
kobolds,
on top.
the kobolds like swarm over the wagons and like get on the. They tie everything up, and they're riding on the. They're riding on the two wagons of supplies, and they're also driving the wagons.
Mhm.
The
Kobolds just run after.
the dragon people are mounting extremely large war horses, big enough to hold them.
Well, it's big. I felt bigger, but I don't want to.
21, har har, hardy har har. Wow, look!
Jeez Louise. Those dice aren't your friends.
The same two dice. It didn't
Hold
put
on.
it.
Try those. We'll see what happens. Just curious.
I was like, I quit.
I mean, one of them hit it too. That is funny.
But anyway, that's bad. 14. 14. 14. Ah, that's what it is. It's close.
That's another one. I don't know. This may not go too bad for you.
Okay, so anyway, that was drawing my attention more than it probably should have.
It's such a pretty stone.
I know. And I don't even know how to draw attention. I don't even know what it looks like.
It's
So,
more of a concept, I feel like.
let's take arms like this.
What are we talking about?
Tension.
Attention!
No, it's stuck.
Right. You want to do 1,000 push-ups? Salute like that. See that?
I did that one time. I did that one time with my job corps instructor,
So, oh yeah.
and he's a former Marine. Oh yeah, I regretted that day.
Would you ever give me a hug?
That's like the movie comedy salute.
Oh no, he literally made me do push-ups until his arms got tired.
Bad trouble when I was in basic training. You got what's called the microwave. That means you got smoked by every drill sergeant in all 5 platoons, and then if you made it to the last one, you had to start over.
Mm.
You got a muscle fit here. For real, that's the thing.
Well, I've been there. I know.
I used to do curls till I had muscle failure with the bar.
And see, like, and the thing is like he chose the ones that I suck at. So we had to do 10 reps.
Mhm.
We had to do 10 push-ups, and that was 1. We had to do another 10, that was 2.
The microwave was mountain climbers. Just until drill sergeant got tired. I hate mountain climbers. I never got microwave. After I saw it happen the first time. I was like, I will never get so right now.
It's Hoover.
You
He's passing his
Last
stuff.
time I saw, you talking about the one with the yellow shirt.
My older one, yeah.
Last time I saw him, he was headed towards the bathroom.
He passed his stealth check.
I know where he is.
I don't know
Keep
what it
going.
is.
Roll.
If you went to the bathroom and it hasn't come out yet, good chance.
So they're lining up to leave.
Mhm.
And they bring about 6 of the peasants out. And they line them up 2 at a time. And the blue dragons draw their bows and kill them 2 at a time. And then they just leave them laying there and they start marching at them. They say something to the populace as they leave, but you can't catch it.
Are the ones they shot, are they like just straight up, they're dead, or is there a chance they may have lived?
We're just regular old people. Confused like them.
Well, yeah. Oh, jeez, that's right. Crap. That's gonna take some time to get used to. That was a lightning bolt, not an arrow. Why is Zeus down here?
Oh no, it was a lightning arrow.
If you picked up the same arrow and shot it, it wouldn't do that.
Right. Well, I mean, she might be able to do
I'm
that.
trying.
Do you have lightning arrow?
I can do
Hey.
Right now, he's really thinking
I haven't prepared it in a while though, because I've been using my staff more than my bow.
He's talking to her a little bit, but we're trying to just.
As they see that
Literally,
they clearly can't do
one of us
anything about
literally
that
standing
situation
blind.
because, well, that happened. As soon as they've passed along.
You, in your mind, can see all of this.
All you're going to hear is, well, that happened faster than I expected it to, and yeah.
I'm guessing that it was most likely an example being
Yeah.
made.
Oh, yeah.
These people are very bad.
Tell him I
They
said
just shot 2
just-
peasants.
More than that.
no, they shot 6.
6.
Actually, it was 6.
I like how she corrects it and he corrects it. That's all. He's like, yes, like I said, 6.
That's what I said. 6.
After they stole all of their stuff.
After they get far enough down the way, I'll tell you to start coming that way. Once I know they're plenty out of distance from them to get noticed.
Yeah, there's actually the trail turns around and goes down into a valley. So if you're on the other side of the White Tree Hill, you can just
Yeah.
walk into town and not be able to see you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus the wagons are loud, the kobolds are loud.
Yeah, they don't really give a crap. They think nothing's gonna hurt them anyway.
They're that way. They're over there now.
Yeah, they're past the hill.
I can track them for 8 hours. We got them. Why don't we help the people first?
White Tree Hill.
White Tree Hill.
There are still people living here.
That's dark, bro.
What? That's what he said. He said White Tree Hill.
I know.
I wasn't implying anything. I was actually trying to get.
I didn't really get inordinate number of points.
I was actually trying to refer to One
It's your
Tree
turn.
Hill TV show.
Right.
No, your dice are just waiting. They're waiting for the moment. And that terrifies me.
Just saving.
Stop this. This is not real.
Just loading up the.
Oh, there you go.
Correct.
320.
See? It's slowly getting worse.
If you let him out back to Nordy's
One dice that
because
keeps getting better. The 2 is consistent, but the other one keeps getting better.
It's kind of. That's just 16. All right.
That would have been bad for somebody.
Now, are we still doing the you can for spellcasters all cantrips for your class or
Forever roll.
okay? I didn't know if it was just specific.
Just remember the damages are not the same.
Okay.
It's not going to do D10
All right.
or 3 D10 or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah, at this level, it's
Unlike a
3
cantrip,
dice.
it's 3D10.
When you're
When you're a high
15th level,
Yeah. We're high level it does, but not.
otherwise it's 1
Ironically,
d10.
the funny part is, I think out of all the stuff I picked, I only have 2 that I even picked that actually even did damage. 'Cause that's not where I do my damage.
Right.
That's not my thing. Alright, well, yeah, once they've passed far enough, I'll wave them over. Let's go see what we can do. But I would still say probably err on the side of caution, because they're made an example of. There's probably somebody on the inside. There's always somebody on the inside.
Where'd monkey go?
Ooh! Do druids get truth signals still? Or
I don't know.
see illusion or something like that?
Yes. Are you talking about when you can send your?
No, I'm talking about when she can see illusions.
Oh.
Because somebody could be using seeming or something like that to, or mask many faces, to hide themselves. That might be a person who's actually on the inside and feeding information. Just be a good time to know that.
I don't think I can learn True Sight.
So, oddly enough, the villagers that were working do not stop when they leave, except for a few that go and move the bodies.
Selected it.
And you see like somebody pull up the cart and they haul the bodies off to wherever they're going to do with them.
Talk about bring out your dead.
Probably burn them,
Sorry.
but
I'm down here, baby.
What's the general? I mean, other than the obvious, like, they're sick of this life BS, but what's the general mood of them all? Like, has this just been, like, an everyday occurrence? Is this...
it's not anything new.
I guess I should be asking, like, is this more or less of a character from the daily?
Yeah, so as you guys all approach,
Mm-hmm.
they are looking at you in what I would describe as incredulously.
You can cuddle.
Like, heresy, incredible.
Like, they don't know what the hell you are.
No, you ate the other one.
Oh, that makes sense. I get that.
So, I'm walking up with,
That
you know,
doesn't work.
my robes are like an ashen gray white. My hair's
You ate
white.
the other one.
And a silvery white. Boy, look like you're freaking ghost.
There's a blind paladin that glows.
Yeah,
I think-
with wings.
I think the wings. I would like to actually say that when they were walking up, I think I'm going to stay out of sight.
You want a pop-up kiss?
I'd rather be the silent threat. I'll probably tell you that because I don't want someone surprising us and thinking they have it.
I would have the fairy dragon be like hiding. I would not have. Yeah, I would.
Oh, good idea. Your look is off like the thing that just killed 6 of them.
I will say, if I end up introducing myself, that little fairy dragon should do.
I'm definitely smart enough to know not to just.
Jace.
Jace.
It's like I am most definitely wise enough to
I know.
realize not to take the freaking fairy dragon.
He's just my ponytail holder now.
As you come in, a grizzled, large man with a hammer comes from out of the forge of the blacksmith shop.
Does he think it's hammer time?
No, he's not that stupid. I thought he would have fought the dragons.
Never mind.
And he's holding his hammer up, and as he's coming out, he's scolding someone that has ran in there to get him. And all you hear as he comes out of the shop is, "What do you mean, gods? There are no more gods. Gods do not exist."
Sorry.
And then he stops and looks at you guys.
Do not exist.
Had a big boo.
Then he picks Snow up, slams him 4 times, and goes, "Puny gods."
No, here we go.
Just kidding. I've got an army.
We run a kill off.
Yeah. They got an army. We got nut butter. And all the army goes, "Oh."
It's like in Spaceballs. He drops his hammer, and he literally just walks straight up to you and stares right at your face.
What you're doing right now. I did the Sune. I thought this happened.
Who?
Oh, one of the gods you don't believe in.
Oh boy.
It's not that we don't believe in gods. It's just
Or
that
do
they
you
don't
know?
exist anymore. They were destroyed.
Apparently not.
I need the timeline.
If I
God,
holy symbol,
wow.
What?
Huh?
if I clutch the holy symbol that I have from saying,
it's
I still feel
No.
her presence.
It's very faint.
I'm sorry, I just had a really bad cold chill go
Like
right down
there's
my
there's
spine.
nothing
Goosebumps.
preventing it.
Ugh.
Which you would describe in your knowledge, being who you are, of lack of worship.
Juicy bumpy.
Because the gods get their power from worship.
Flipping for me. I'll share that with you. And I'll tell
What are
you.
you
really
looking
holy
about?
symbol. It's weaker. There's not followers.
And you can feel that the earth itself is missing its natural spiritual.
His TV's on in his room. Doc's on.
Like the power of the elements is weaker.
Yeah,
Oh.
Oh,
it's like
scary.
it's way less primordial.
You want to watch TV upstairs?
That's worse.
It's already on then.
Like all the stuff is still there and still works
It's
like it's
just-
supposed to.
It's just.
It's just missing the deific part of it.
Oh, wait. Can I float?
I forgot this campaign. I have to do
I
that
can
now.
fly at will. I go, what?
It's with key points, but you
Yeah,
get
it's with
back
key
in short
points.
rests.
I go, float in the air.
Like villagers step back to pitchforks.
When you did that, you reminded me of that Ewok.
It's exactly like that.
You get the one guy with like the crossbow that has a knife at the bottom that.
Well, you can't be gods,
We're not gods.
but you do seem to
said
be
gods.
quite powerful.
I can sense
But
that they're still there.
I feel like
Best.
looks at each of you in turn and is like,
She's more neutral.
I'm not there.
Yeah,
He's not
I'm
there.
not there. I'm in the shadows.
She's good.
I don't trust the town.
Am I?
like they're. Oh my God! Are you adventurers?
We were.
You're still up.
yeah.
So we took a bomb to the face. I did not say that out loud. We took an arrow to the knee to a whole new level.
He keeps
Guys.
smirking, and you guys have no idea why.
No, I'm slowly passing the joke on to each one of you, so y'all are smirking in a way.
It's like
Thank you, Brent.
Wait, what's the joke? I wasn't down here for that.
just bomb in the face.
Oh.
You had to be here. It's not funny to say. It's not funny if I have to explain it.
No, I remember the.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. What's that for?
The joke was more a circumstance of what was happening in
Where's
the
your
league.
boo-boo?
Yeah.
Where's your boo? Where's your boo-boo?
They
We're not
are very much
No, we can't
adventurers.
go into
I
it. I can't
have
go in
become
the
an
chin.
adventurer through the need of being a servant of nature.
You have to have a real boo-boo.
Those that serve nature barely have power anymore. Like the conduit between the natural and the
He wants a
spiritual
band. Anybody here?
has been deadened.
Sorry, what you saying? I almost broke my ear.
Yeah. I'm waiting for him to quit.
Cool.
I gotta get into this thing so I can read this anyway. So,
I have them
The
on.
adventurers turned. Planeswalkers.
Here. If he doesn't have a boo-boo.
Charles, you'll remember your head. Just be careful how much you spend. There's probably still someone who's not loyal to that.
Yeah, but that time you also hear Jace will actually whisper to you,
Not you!
loose lips and chips.
Go to your room. Room. Now. You're the repeat screen. Go. She's got a band-aid for her.
I'm not screaming.
My ringing actually that otherwise.
He is arguing quite vehemently, though. Dude.
I mean, he'll be great on the debate team one day.
Oh, today he punched me, and I grabbed his wrist, and I spat at his hand, and I did not hold back. And he has not hit me since.
I ever tell you what happened?
Because I've busted his bottom plenty of times on his diaper. Yeah, he's just like,
No, that diaper is so much more
Well,
protected
he
than it looked
did,
like, man.
hit part of his leg before he just wipes it off, gets mad at you. Today I took his little wrist and right on the top of his hand said,
Yeah, that'll do.
and it was probably about that loud. Didn't it? So yeah, I'd already made up my mind that if he hit me, I was going to spat his hand today, in a way that's punishment, and talk to him, like, hey, can't hit people, like that hurts, doesn't it? And he's like, man, he went upstairs, he crawled in behind his thing next to his window, down on the floor. I went up there and talked to him for about 10 minutes. Then he stood up. And then he tried to crawl on top of that, fell his head on the wall, and cried to Mom. But then after that, it was nice.
I don't mean to laugh.
He played with me outside. He ate some food with me. He had a treat with me. It was cool. And he did. When I picked him up, he did not try to punch me again.
Oh, he doesn't.
No,
He doesn't touch you.
Yeah.
my mom had a similar experience.
Well, I've been having problems with him hitting me for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah,
And he's so little, I don't want to do. He's little. It's like you don't want to bust him when they're little like that. But he's getting old enough now. I think he deserved one of those. I just let you know I did it. That's why I'm yelling. Because it reminded me when he came in here. I'm like, oh yeah, this sucker punched me in the noogies today. He gave me some grandma's nut butter.
no.
Now the truth comes out.
Instant and immediate retaliation. Not.
My son decided.
I am not a giant.
My mama in about the first 2 weeks we were there.
Well, he hit Martha too, and that made me angry.
Yeah. Well, thing
He
was,
slapped her in the face.
Ooh.
thing was is like, okay, so bear in mind, I told you my mom has lupus. She's got fibromyalgia. She doesn't do a lot of active things that hurts her. He's saying because he thought he was gonna throw his little tantrum of his life, and decided he was just gonna. And my mom went.
What we're dealing with.
My mom flat out went, "You want to be like your mom?" And picked him up and just spanked him in a circle before I could do anything. My Aunt Rhonda and me were halfway to that hole when we're like, "You got that? You got?" I mean, she just, damn, you smacked me. I forgot she could do that.
So
Yeah, when you get folded in a circle.
By Planeswalkers, I literally mean we're walking the planes back in. We're adventuring, and now we're walking on a grassy
he's
plain.
covering it.
I told him, I was like, "Man, you're on what you say." Stay on the edge, walking plane.
Really want to play?
So you came from across. You came from across the plains from out of the sea, that hill of the white tree.
We came from that way. For sure.
You'll have to excuse this one. He is not the brightest bulb in the box, no matter
I am
how
very
bright.
bright.
No matter how bright he is. I was getting to that.
Right.
Despite his deceptively bright appearance.
Intelligence.
I think it's average. It's like
It's not quite grog, but it's not quite
Oh,
skin.
no, we have the same intelligence. 11.
11.
it's 11.
He's like, I ain't stupid. Shut up.
To which
I'm not a smart man, but I know what being made fun of is. Like, Morgan's an 8, so.
to which Jason just gonna get a little
I mean,
chuckle.
we're all just right?
But yeah, he said he's not the brightest. I'm like,
It's,
"Oh,
so
very
he
bright."
looks at you closely for one more second. He was like, there's someone I feel you need to talk to. Are you, any of you familiar with the name Volo Gedarm? Vola?
Oh, Volo.
Like
Volo's
Volo.
guide to
Yeah,
Volo's guide to
like
the-
Volo. The fame, the Marco Polo.
Yeah. So that being said, does Lucian? I know does Lucian.
Yeah, you probably read the books. He's written like he basically wrote Wasteland Survival Guide for Faerun instead of Fallout 4.
Not saying yes, of course. Yes, you are familiar. I got
So, Volo is still with us. Perhaps it would just be better if you met.
Smile or not, smile or not.
Leads you back towards the. He leads you back towards the blacksmith shop. You guys walk around behind.
You mean I might finally be able to get metal tips like that?
I don't know who that is.
He knocks on the metal door. Volo, there are people I think you need to see. And a ghostly apparition comes through the wall. And you see the image of Volo Fantgedarm as a ghost.
You said with us. I thought you meant with us.
Yeah, that's what this means.
Well, I think she's meaning like physically, not like ethereal physical.
It's a ghost.
Well, I was assuming like this is like an actual like meat person, not a spirit person.
No, this is a ghost.
Okay.
He looks around and he's like, "Adventurers! Who'd have thunk it?"
Do you have a
I really must be.
borrow?
What can I do for you? We'll start there.
Thank you.
I will tell you, because I don't know how much you know about Volo, but I'll tell you, you need to tell him what we're after. He'll help, and he probably has info.
You want to talk?
It's
Inside.
Oh, we're quite safe here now.
Okay, good.
I'm just kidding.
The sons of Takesis have left with their tribute and have sufficiently punished enough people to keep the village in line.
Are the buildings around tall enough where I can actually post up somewhere on a route and keep
They're
it?
just like a regular village. There's a blacksmith, there's a mill, there's people everywhere.
Can I try and hop up to the top of the middle, being too
This
noticed?
is dry. It's dry.
You can sit
Don't
in the
dry
middle.
wine.
So can Charles like just sense around if there's anybody with ulterior motives?
You sense no evil in this room at the moment. Not even the ghost.
Naturally.
Yeah, you're good. You can make it all the way up there. With no problem. Scoop you a little bit of water out of mill oil.
I see what you
Get a
mean.
drink.
Like a shadow.
Drop a drop on somebody so that they turn. So they turn right when you have to climb around the front of the building.
Please, I really want to listen to some stuff.
Pink.
I haven't been able to hear any of it.
What is it?
I want to be able to hear at least part of the adventure.
I got you.
I keep getting called away. So,
And I'll just keep in contact with you to hear that.
Do you know anything of the 13 keys?
Huh? I know everything. I'm Volo Gedon. Of course I know about the which 13 keys you talking about?
Chained Oblivion.
wait, what? The ones about
Chained
Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Yeah.
There it is.
The Chained Oblivion.
Oh, those 13, yes.
This is like
How
a
could I, Volo Gedon, best describe the series of events that led to the Swordcoat's downfall? Well, it certainly isn't brief. But I shall do my utmost to summarize, condense, and
Give us the short version.
That's beautiful. So, besides continuing part, it happened all rather quickly, where the cataclysmic outcome of one event sets other ruinous events in motion. But, as it is known, it is best to start at the beginning of the beginning, which is the very beginning. Everything truly started its descent when the so-called Death Curse emerged from the jungles of Schultz. As it was explained to me, a device known as the Soulmonger entrapped the souls of all who died and drained the life from every individual who had ever been resurrected, myself included. Sucks, I must say. Unbelievably, Pharaoh's most notable heroes and affluent nobles ran Those who didn't flee to another plane of existence fell victim to the curse. With no one to save it, the world started to splinter. All of Icewind Dale froze solid, claimed by Arl, the Frost Maiden. We lost the cities of Baldur's Gate and Elturel as they were dragged into the Nine Hells, leaving immense spherical chasms in their wake. The social order of the giants crumbled, and they remade their own civilizations at the expense of ours. The surface cities soon received reports that things weren't faring much better underground. In the realm of the Underdark, some meddling drow apparently summoned not one, but all of the demon lords of the abyss into our realm. Efforts were made to contain the demons, but as all of Deathruin Valley was afflicted by what can be best summarized as pure elemental evil, the Sword Coast's forces for good were stretched thin. One of the last nails in the Sword Coast's proverbial coffin was when, in an act of desperation, people turned to the cult of the dragon for answers. It didn't take an arcane alchemist to realize that Answer had 5 heads and went by the name Tiamat, the queen of the chaos of dragons. The ritual was successful, and as Tiamat took her first flight into the skies of the Sword Coast, she rained down untold devastation. Behind Tiamat, her gathered brood blocked out the sky under Tooth, Wing, and Claw. Cities crumbled and countless lives were lost. It felt as if the world couldn't be darker.
Or it's in the shade.
And yet, hidden from all our sight, the Soulmonger had been claiming souls, feasting on the anguish of mortals. From the jungles of Chult, that horrible artifact was emptied, and Vecna, the Whispered One, the Archlich, the Undying King, who wrote his own tale into the Book of Vile Darkness, was reborn. By then, it was all too late, and the Soulmonger's curse and its keeper, Atharak, handed Vecna the Sword Coast on a platter. Perhaps I should rephrase handed, given that we scholars all know his left hand was long ago severed and mummified. Some say he orchestrated everything, though I personally prefer not to give him so much credit. Regardless, countless fell to Vecna's hand, and those who remained willingly joined him, including the shrewd Zentarum and dozens of liches.
You see what I did there? Fell to his hand.
In a twist of irony, the only things preventing Vecna from extending his dominion over the entire world are the other forces of evil who want it for themselves. It is now the year 1500. The turn of the century would usually be cause for celebration, but not even I, with my ever-burning optimism, find much joy in it. So there you have it, a brief summary of events. May these eternally be engraved so that if the world is ever saved, we're never allowed to repeat our mistakes. This is the darkest the Sword Coast has ever been, and it's wholly doomed. But perhaps, just maybe, things can change for the better.
That's a lot.
Meanwhile, halfway, a quarter of the way through that synopsis, Jace fell asleep because he felt like he was in college. He was back in school again.
Last thing, I mean, let's
Shut up and pay attention. No. Yeah, no. If y'all can't see me, but you can literally hear the veins behind my head going. I just think, boy, that's a lot of
Show
crap.
respect. This guy's funny. That's really bad. That's really bad. This guy's funny. That's really bad.
That's really bad. That's not even funny. That's just really, really bad.
And then he's like, he's right. At the end.
Yeah, so it's literally every story arc that TSR or Dungeons & Dragons has come out since 2015.
Just failed.
All the adventures failed at every one of them.
Including the one.
And actually, the oldest one is the Tomb.
Tomb of Annihilation.
Annihilation.
Yeah, that's actually the first one. I didn't realize that was the first one.
Yeah.
I thought that the dragon one was. Yeah, it was not even. Actually, the Princess of Elemental Evil was the second one.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have played Neverwinter more, I would have known that because they did them in order.
Mm-hmm. No, they didn't, because they did Elemental Evil first after you defeat the main little grind campaign to get through your levels. You do actually do Elemental Evil first. You don't actually get to Tomb of Annihilation until way later. They don't even want you looking at Joel until way later.
Right.
To be fair, I understand why. Because if you've been there, it sucks. Oh.
That is definitely a lot to take in.
I would suggest telling him what we already know and seeing what he knows.
So, the monster most likely remembers. I don't remember everything.
Essentially, right now, what we know is that we need to break the keys of Thoros Doom because the gods have decided that it is better to break the keys and end him versus letting the keys be unlocked.
We need to release
There
him
we
and
go.
then destroy him.
Gotcha.
Rather than letting it be
We have
destroyed
the-
on their terms and him eventually unwrapping
Considering
it.
that and Tiamat are involved, it might be another good reason to let him go.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll just start unraveling the evil first.
Right.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe
Temporary
maybe he'll
outlet.
create a second abyss. Who knows?
Well, I mean, if there's another aboleth from a whole other reality.
I just recently discovered that that's like the canon now. That Thoros Doom created the abyss. And that's why they imprisoned it.
Well, in theory, before the abyss, he was deconstructing other realities and reconstructing this one, and it was in that deconstruction and reconstruction that the aboleth rammed into his eye because they were trying to escape the other reality that he was disintegrating.
There you go.
They were like, "Here, we'll just corrupt you now," and he goes, "Eh, ping." Just couldn't get rid of that last little crumb there. So now he's just driven mad. Because otherwise, he was just a straight up neutral god.
Oh, dude. I was playing Temple of Elemental Evil and I killed these Greater Temple bugbears, and they had the fire eye on the, on the shield. And it was cool. It was way cooler than the one I drew.
Oh, I always loved the ones in Neverwinter when I can't remember which one it was. I think it's the Medusa lady that she or something like that. No, it's the blight woman, and she'll use her paralytic stare or whatever, and it literally just comes up as a giant red and orange fire eye. And you're just stunned there for a good.
So, do you have any questions?
Can the blacksmith put some metal studded tips on my staff?
Celestia.
If he ever has time to break from making armor for dragon soldiers, maybe.
Celestia.
If I'm not working on anything other than what I'm working on, I'm as dead as those people out there. As a matter of fact, the only reason I'm alive is because I have skill.
Are you actually alive?
Not
through her.
Not Volo.
Oh, Volo. I was about to say, are you really even alive? Didn't you just say you died?
That's probably something I can do. It's going to be a never-ending again.
Never.
Like, I still did quarter time. I feel like a running joke.
I'm guessing all of that is why the three sisters are a bit distant.
And then you get one, and then you find one immediately after.
Where's the chest? You open the chest, and in it is one metal tipped quarterstaff. Everyone else feels majorly cheated. You yourself feel like you've just won all the gold in the world.
And we're all just like,
Is that it, really?
we just killed on the trap.
But anyway,
But I'll tell you, you might ask him what he knows about who leads the dragon army currently, other than Tiamat, like who's leading him here.
you start hearing his voice in your mind. They're
Everybody got it.
actually they have a hierarchy that goes. I can do a whole dissertation on this. So it all starts with Tiamat. She has 5 heads. They're one of each color of the chromatic dragons. She is quite evil, by the way.
Yes.
The red ones are the overlords. The black ones
Bola.
are the hello.
I'm a fan. But time is of the essence. I need the short version.
Well, then why are you 600 yards out of town?
Because I'm making sure ain't nobody trying to go report to them.
Oh, nobody reports to the dragons. They would kill them. They despise traitors. Strange
Fair enough.
maybe.
No, it's too many like thinking about that, like, yeah, that's not the world I'm used to. Fair enough. And just like a silent ghost, they'll just tap. Ting ting. Hey, y'all want to let me in? This is what one of you here.
Well, you can just walk right in because they never went into the back room.
Okay.
Filtered through the door.
Oh, right.
He's already gotten to the point where he doesn't just know his story much anymore.
And he said,
Yeah.
we're good here. And then I was like, yeah, okay.
Okay, so here, I don't know exactly if you even know me or anything about me, but the white tree that seemed to take the form of another drow woman, mainly a
does?
copy of my sister,
It is?
Well, it did. Do you know about a drow woman around these parts? Because it seems to me...
Do you mean the 12 sisters?
Yep.
How odd that you would know them.
Well, there's a 13th one, and that's the original. That's my sister, who Sayanine has cleansed. But the other 12 are not cleansed. Let's put it that way.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, those ones need to die.
So,
Yeah.
clones. Oh, I could talk about clones. So,
Okay.
clones are made from the organic matter.
Focus!
Oh, no, I don't have to focus. I know. Oh, you mean the sisters?
Yeah.
So, everyone has heard of the 12 sisters,
Freaking.
but nobody knows who the 12 sisters are or if they even really exist. The fact that you say you've seen one might want to be something you keep to yourself
Sure.
in other places.
Well, yeah. I've heard of your work, that kind of. I figured you might be trustworthy.
I'm a ghost, you can't touch me.
Sure.
He's a weird kind of At least he's like, I'm just happy I'm not evil. It would suck so bad. Because I would quit trying to learn.
I mean, at least you didn't go lich on us, because that could be real bad.
Oh, we have enough of those.
I would imagine.
There's an entire army of them in
I
the Candle Keep.
imagine Declan is ruling that whole part.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's true what they say. If you kill him, he just comes back within 500 years, randomly.
It's been less than 500 years this time.
All right, interesting. I've heard he just stays real angry and just comes back at you.
What did I miss about the tree sister?
Nothing. We just.
I basically gave him a revelation versus the other way around. He was like, I really do love
And then he tried to start talking about clones. No.
I have to give him the Mr. Miyagi. Focus.
Oh, Volo-san.
Oh.
So now, the only people that are somewhat free in the entire Dragon Coast are the Brigandere.
Really?
Yeah, they're led by that elf with the fancy hat.
Yarlax Sylvain, right?
That's the guy.
He's a friend.
Well, he has a fleet, and they sail around making all kinds of trouble for all the evil boats.
Is there a...
Legends are he's gotten fabulously rich off of this.
Oh, I guarantee it. He keeps himself well. Is there any way that you might be aware of to try to get in contact with him?
That would take a trip to what used to be called Cair Cornwall on the the Moonshine Isles.
Guys, look at him. If we want allies, Brigand Darth's the way to go. That's what got us out. Jarlaxle, he may be very self-serving, and I'll give him devil may care.
Oh, it's still called Candlekeep.
What's he doing?
But Jarlaxle, if he's causing harm to these evil beings, it's because he doesn't greatly like what they're doing, and in long haul, I think he knows it's bad for business. That's exactly.
It's bad for business.
Don't kill me to the punchline, Bolo, jeez. But temporarily, it's good for business, but in the long haul, just like in the Drow cities, that's never long-term good for business. And he will do anything to protect Brigand Darth.
So, from north to south,
You've told me of him a few times.
I like him a lot. In the Drow world, you kind of aspire to be him. Like, he just defies everything of that world, and yet gets away with it.
Yeah.
Not even because of his name. He doesn't tell people his last name. Unless he tells you. Otherwise, he didn't tell people that. He's just that good. And rumors are he was blessed at birth by the Spider Queen.
I like how this starts out. An evil campaign isn't for everyone.
Hey, Nick, could you scratch right between my shoulders? Oh.
Give it to me right between the shoulders.
Oh. Oh.
I vaguely do recall saying that the death curse would be the death of me.
Thank you.
I was not smart for my own good, it seems.
I had hoped to be wrong. Unfortunately, I was not.
It was not to be so.
Would this be a good brief moment to our bridge?
Yep.
Wow, hold on. Didn't see that.
Yeah. He
I
said,
didn't- I didn't see
he said
the-
if only the cult of the dragon had idolized the metallic dragons instead of the chromatic ones, things would have been so much better with Bahamut in the world.
For real. I mean,
Partially.
I mean, the thing is that Bahamut at least respects the other deities.
Yeah.
He may not agree with them, but he respects them. At least the goodly ones.
In 40, he was just lawful good, regular old god.
Yeah.
So I was like, not many gods in this world.
Oh, hey, Doug, made it all the way to that. Oh, letdown. Hey, another letdown. Hey, another letdown. 30 minutes of letdown.
Right.
Watch something. Give it to the world.
Yeah.
And then you get people. And then you get
I
people.
would say that you would probably have
And then some of the players will sit there and
overwhelming
pretend like they
much protection
they got hit or whatever.
from anything
and everything.
that's magical in any way. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, he's literally taking on the world.
Oh, no, that makes sense.
And he's not just taking on the world. He's taking on the worst that any of the worlds have ever had.
Oh, no.
And honestly, that's not even what he cares about. He's just making
He's making a lot of money, and he's looking for ways to make sure business keeps afloat. Because if he doesn't, it ain't going to stay afloat.
That's right.
Well, I mean, I would say that, you know, the Driftboots have
And for his part, that's the way it
world,
is. For his part, that's the way it is.
Mhm.
But you can be certain that many of his underlings are more like the rebellion in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all the evils like the Empire.
Yeah.
And you remember, the Empire wasn't the only thing that was evil.
Mhm.
You know, in canon, there was the Hutts. And,
Oh, yeah.
you know, just all these different things they mentioned.
There
that
were
you never really
several
heard
factions,
about.
yeah.
The bounty hunters. The bounty hunters were awesome.
Well, I mean, the bounty hunter guilds weren't all evil, though. I mean, as the Mandalorian's shown, they're not all evil necessarily. They just live by very specific codes.
Well, it's the money.
Yeah.
I'm paid.
Which, I mean, I feel like that's where Jarlaxle is right now.
Just like anybody that's ever seen the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
When Angel Eyes has that guy in there and he offers him all that money to go do the other guy, he's like, funny thing is, when I'm paid, I always see the job through and he shoots him. And then he goes back to the guy that paid him to shoot that guy, but that guy paid him to shoot him. And so he shoots him.
Yeah.
It's like, funny thing, when I'm paid, I always see the job through.
Yeah.
Puts pillow over his face.
And I mean, the way I've always seen Jarlaxle is not only just as the opportunity to speak, like, he knows better than to just let evil reign. Like, he's just like, that's not going to work out for anybody in the end. He's like, the best thing to do is a little chaos messing with a lot of good. That's how we work this, because then everybody wins. This is not winning. Now, I'm getting a lot of money, but this is still not winning.
And it's going to go away. If
Right.
it continues.
It's gonna run dry eventually, and if I keep hoarding this, some dragon's gonna come find me. Well, I mean, he does have those two copper dragon twins that he keeps in his bedroom all the time.
Uh-huh.
You know, so I suppose that helps hoard wealth.
He says the funny stuff. Last I recall, the dragon staff of Acheron was held by an actual dragon. Arnax was their name. Delightful chap.
Aranax, why does that name sound so familiar?
When I was still alive, there were tales of a heist in Waterdeep. Many rumors, though. I never personally saw any heists take place. He literally made that happen. Secrets are coming to no end. Knowledge should be shared for all. But even so, perhaps some things are best left unspoken.
So, has it been long enough for my portal to be active again?
Yeah, it's the year 1500.
Well, I meant from whenever we saw the goddesses and
Yeah.
stuff, because I know I had just used it recently since then. And where did Bolo say we need to go to probably get in contact with him?
The Moonshine Isles is where they're rumored to have a base.
I mean, in theory, I could scry on that place and we can just go there. Oh wait, no, I don't even have to know the place for my particular portal, do I? I can just, as long as I know of it, we can go.
Yeah, but you don't know how that's going to work here.
True.
I would venture to say using any type of magic like that will draw attention. Like a random encounter. So it will most definitely work. And that may be the problem.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have options. We can try and just get there as quick as we can, risk maybe alerting something, having to kill something, which honestly, at this rate, I don't know that killing anything would be that bad right now, but at the same time, that draws more
Or
attention.
you could travel to Waterdeep and try to contact his agents.
How far is Waterdeep from here?
Let's see.
Where is here exactly?
You're somewhere around where.
It's another one of those in there.
You're somewhere around where Daggerford was.
Daggerford.
No, actually, no. I'm sorry. You are actually exactly in the same spot as the other people on the other plane. Vandelver.
Oh boy.
And no, by the way.
Now, okay. Above table, how far is Andover from Waterdeep? Or how many days travel do you think?
It's Candlekeep to Baldur's Gate, which is actually Hellor's Gate now. And then from there you go to Daggerford and then Waterdeep. So it's the Sword Coast pretty good ways. Because Waterdeep is up. It goes, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, Luskin. South, it goes Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, Candlekeep.
Well, honestly,
So you're in the middle.
That's going to even be one of the better places to go because doesn't Jarlax own that, or didn't he own that city?
Well, not anymore. It's too close to Arl's realm
True.
and Evernight. Because Gauntlegrim has been taken over as well. Along with Citadel Akbar, Citadel Sunbar,
Mithril Hall.
Mithril Hall, all of that is under the control of Many Arrows.
So what did the tree sister mean exactly when she said, "I am the key"?
I assume she meant exactly that.
Like we go up to the tree.
No, the tree is not the key. The tree is a messenger. Think of that as, the illusionary messenger. It's not really her, or we probably would have been in a fight right then and there. Bo, have you heard anything of the Ranger in the North?
Ranger in the North?
The Drow Ranger of the North? Is he with Jarl Exel?
Not in a long time.
Hmm.
As far as I know, he is not with right there. But if no news gets in and out of the spine of the world, as is controlled by the Jarl and then they are worshiping. All the Frost Giants are worshiping Arl, and she's become quite powerful in her own realm.
What heroes do you know that have survived? Or is it just Jarl Exel?
I know of 5.
Oh boy.
You're talking about us, aren't you?
Yep.
I would never deign to be so, yes.
That sounds like something Volo would say. Yeah.
That is exactly what he would say.
We kind of, sort of survived it. We kind of just sort of skipped it.
We were taken away before we.
I don't know.
We saw light. We woke up. We were in front of people.
Look, Sune, Sane, Lune, they dropped us off here for a reason, but the gods exist in multiple planes, they exist on multiple times. Honestly, I feel like it'd be a headache to be a god. They exist in everything in one time. This may not necessarily be the same world we came from. Some of these things that happen, I remember hearing stories.
But it is the world you came from, or at least a part of it.
Version of it.
Yes. Our dear Elminster, in his bid to prevent disaster, sundered the worlds.
How did Mr. let that happen?
Mr. has not been heard from for quite some time.
Oh dear God.
All
Literally.
No, that means that we have
connections to the deities.
threat.
You said,
Well,
"Oh dear
magic
God!"
works, but you
Literally.
just better be careful with it. Because
So if Mistress gone, what's watching the weave?
that's That's what we're worried about.
Yeah.
It seems that there are plenty of folks pulling at the strings, but no one is completely in control.
Oh, I'm surprised Vecna hasn't locked that down yet.
Oh, he wants to,
I would imagine.
but he is opposed by Tiamat.
We can help with that.
That makes actually a lot of sense.
So,
Is Loth still dead in this realm?
Loth has been dead for quite a while now.
Alright, just check.
all right, good.
That lines up. I was just checking that stayed the same.
And I would not call the other deities dead. Deadbeat, maybe. Not dead.
They're not dead. They're not dead.
There are others such as you, just not quite as prevalent as you in this world, and they do fight for some good.
Beanie,
And those
Stop it.
exceptional beings
you need to lay
have
down
a
and
small
go to bed.
connection to their deity still. What needs to happen is these people need to perform some
Mirrors.
services, which the common folk would see as miracles, and remove this pall of hopelessness that has settled over the entire Sword Coast. I mean, we literally have, the throne of the primordial unity in the Desrin Valley. The ever-burning moors. Evernight. Eldor's Gate.
You said,
And will keep being ruled with all its knowledge by Vecna.
of all people.
And it's rumored he has a prisoner in there of immense power.
It's Hulk.
What kind of immense power are we talking?
No one knows.
It's Hulk.
We fear that he
Not
may
good.
release
Hulk,
the
he'd
world.
escaped by now. Hulk would have just threw him around. I mean, look, he's just a skeleton.
Puny God.
Puny Lich.
Puny Lich as Vecna just breaks into 1,000 pieces across the floor.
Lich my boots.
Right.
I walk that set. I walk that.
There's the Zugdamikos forest that stretches from Sundabar all the way to the Southwood.
Okay.
So, it seems like
So you said
The
Jarlaxle.
giants are in disarray. There's no ordning anymore. The storm giants have secluded themselves. We do not know where.
Yeah, they're good at the ironically for being giants.
What?
Okay. You said Jarlaxle is running ships along the coast.
Yes, it's called the
Even our
Kudmonster
room.
Delmont Fleet.
How many ships does he?
It came from the
Yeah,
art of
roughly,
our
you know.
closet.
No one.
I was like,
No. Well, that sounds like that's on brand. That's fair.
But I do know it's a thorn in the side, and not just for the bad guys,
Well, yeah, he's not going to just play one side.
because they do recruit. Although most people seek to join Regandare.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there are always those that love to lord it over others that have gone along with whatever power is in their presence.
Well, right now it's
We
probably
had
the
6
lesser
such
many.
people in our village, and their reward was death.
They tried to help Brigandar.
These dragons hate. No, they tried to help the dragons. These dragons hate disloyalty. Very strange for such chaotic beings. I think it may be because of what they know. For the penalty for disloyalty is Tiamat.
You said a lot of the Drow cities were attacked and overrun. Other than Jarlaxle, are there any evil factions still Drow running around? That's been heard of?
Goes ice that never melts. That's the long overdue heist. The Candlekeep is Vecna's personal vault.
Josh is terrifying already.
Wizard School of Secrets.
I mean, Vecna already loves secrets, but like, good lordy, if he's getting all that kind of knowledge. I mean, Ayun was trying to keep it from him for a
Some
reason.
of Vecna's most well-guarded secrets are exactly who and what is loyal to the Whispered One.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very friends. I don't know. Neither do you.
Well, either way, I think getting in touch with Jarlax is at least a good starting place for me.
This is the way the world ends, not with a bang.
Again, on brand. But I think the best move that I know for us to make right now is getting in touch with her.
And it seems that this water deep is the best way of doing that.
The only other thing I can imagine is unless we could. I don't really suggest taking the time to make our own. Should commandeering a ship of our own. Sailing up the sea until we find one of the ships. Because well, okay, not until we find, but until he finds us. From there, I don't think it'll be hard for him to recognize me. I'm making it. And Jarlax, as I seem to remember, never forgets face.
Oh, wow. Here's the exact event.
Although your face looks a little bit different.
Yeah.
No, my skin looks a little bit different. Everything is
1485, Dale Reckoning. Demonic hordes consume the Underdark. And the demon. Oh, yeah, that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to summon demons, and they summoned all of them.
Yeah, because the Archmage was tricked into...
Demonic hordes consume the Underdark, and their demon lords cross into the material plane. Thanks to ceaseless infighting, none of them invade the surface world. Zugtmoy, the demon queen of fungi, unites with the sentinel fungal growths known as Arimikos, becoming Zugdemikos. The only surviving humanoid civilizations are the Illithid city of Orendal,
of course, the Illithid,
the Drow settlement of Undrik Thaz, and the Duergar bastion of Gracklstock.
Undrik Thaz is still there.
The Red Dragon Wormspeaker, Severin Silzarin, gathers the 5 parts of the Mask of the Dragon Queen and frees Tiamat from Avernus, first layer of the 9 Hells. As thanks, Tiamat immediately devours him.
Yeah, right. First
Tiamat wipes out the Lord's Alliance, the Order of the Gauntlet, and the Emerald Enclave.
And the worst part is he was happy for her to devour him.
The Dragon Queen, disdaining masks in her image and hoping to make it difficult for Vecna to control her, orders the Mask of the Dragon Queen to be split back into its 5 parts.
Sounds right.
I like that. Tiamat wipes out the Lord's Alliance, the Order of the Gauntlet, and the Emerald Enclave.
Just 3 first people she said she'd kill if she got back up.
Right? The Soulmonger is emptied, allowing Vecna to return to declare himself God King of Forgotten Realms. Vecna descends on Waterdeep with the assistance of the Zentarum claiming the city. The giant god Anum Allfather shatters the ordinary in the social structure of giants. Stone giants sequester themselves away in Deadstone Cleft. The hill giants declare themselves mountain giants and claim a monolithic city across the rolling hills north of the Desert Valley. From Iron Slag, the fire giants raise the colossal construct named Vonendod. The cloud giants raise their castles further into the skies, utterly isolating themselves. The frost giants align with Arl, wrapping Icewind Dale in a permanent winter. Losing the Maelstrom and their king, the storm giants lead a nomadic life without a home or a means to create one. The princes of elemental evil are ushered from their realm into the Forgotten Realms. All 4 elemental cults unite under the banner of the Elder Elemental Eye, a false persona created by Farazun, the deity who formed the Abyss. The cult of the Elder Elemental Eye terraforms Desert Valley into their new home, which they call the Throne of Primordial Unity. Vecna returns Thara's Doom to the material plane, only to imprison the god in an Illithid-claimed silvery moon. The Frost Maiden casts her spell to freeze the north. Zardrak Sunblight claims Icewind Dale for the Duergar. The Construct, the Shardalin Dragon, burns down the 10 towns. They have not learned that their demigoddess Deep Dura is actually the devil Osmodeus in disguise. Manchun loots the Vault of Dragons. The Doom Raiders are forced out of Waterdeep. The Castellaners failed to save the souls of their children. Jarlaxle flees Waterdeep aboard his ship, the Scarlet Marganath. He founds Kumas Fan Delma with the Bragging Darth. Halaster Blackcloak transports the Undermountain into its own demiplane.
It's like, you know what? Screw this.
Both Baldur's Gate and El Terrell are dragged into Averness. Zariel successfully reclaims and destroys the Sword of Zariel. Bel does not rise to contest Zariel's rule. The Demon Lords and Tiamat are both too preoccupied with the events of Out of the Abyss and rise to Tiamat to invade Averness. Devils claim Baldur's Gate, rename it Eldor's Gate, and use it as a warfront to repel the demon on the
chest and
boards.
inside it's just a note. It's like, you really think there's going to be loot in every chest? H.
Vecna's claim on the Forgotten Realms remains unquestioned, tightening his grip over the far corners of Sword Coast. Vecna repurposes the dwarven strongholds as demonic deterrents, funneling demons towards Eldor's Gate. And that's how it all went down.
I mean, now is that Vecna has actually just captured Tharizdun?
And so it's releasing him.
That's the
So we're releasing him from Vecna,
Probably.
letting him wreak some chaos and then kill him.
I'm pretty sure. So, in a study of Tharizdun in the other Elemental Eye, which goes all the way back to the old world of Grey, I believe in the year 1520 maybe, or somewhere around there, there was a dude named Mordenkainen. Lovely gentleman, really hard to talk to. Bald guy, funny. Anyway, he had this other friend named Bigby, and they went on this adventure at Greyhawk Castle.
I cast a bubble around him so that we cannot hear him no more. But
Yeah, you don't know the silence spell.
Ironically, I do. It actually might prove useful.
He's like, I feel you can't hear me, and he floats through your bubble. Having said that, where was I? Hold up, I'll just have to start over. So,
And we're just walking
Well,
away.
again, time, essence, to the point.
what was I talking about?
The chain gun. The chain to blue.
Oh, Tharizdun, right. So back in 1520 in the world of Greyhawk, there was this Saint Morning.
We're doing the skip button.
From there.
Do you have your little knife?
Next.
Now you listen here. You go hear what I gotta say. Now if you understand.
Yes.
I was a child when this happened.
Well,
So many times.
just makes you feel a little older, doesn't it?
So when Tharizdun is released,
Mhm.
his chaos will
Essentially unravel everything.
everything,
Yeah.
like immediately.
Everything?
So it would be very recommended to have a way to chain him again, immediately if possible.
to a dimension.
But
Chain him back to his prison.
you would have to travel to Eldor's Gate and get
There, doesn't it?
Zariel to get you an audience with Asmodeus to get this to forge the chains.
I'm sure that'll be easy. Yeah, we've got to get Charles. He's going to have to pull. He will likely have something she wants. And something he wants. Peter, to pay Paul, to pay Steve. But
To put Adam back in.
I may get
As you're standing by the door, you sense 6 figures walking towards you.
6 figures walking towards him.
Charles.
Something's happening. 6 somethings.
Huh?
Evil.
And they're carrying urns.
Carry. Urn.
Dead people.
They're the ashes of the people that were killed by the dragon soldiers.
Uh-huh.
They've cremated.
And in your mind, you hear, raise them for us.
Show the God's glory, give the God's followers, the gods have more power. A equals X plus B equals C.
E equals
Do
MC
you
squared.
tell us what you hear?
It's a quadratic formula.
Lune, I know you're really far away, but I haven't quite got the ability to raise people yet. Can you help me out here?
I'll go with you. I'll go with you. And
I'm a monk. I
attempt to
can help.
I've been told
No.
to go raise.
Well, this is like resurrection race.
I know that I can help. I'm a monk.
This is true
You can't reach.
resurrection.
This is true resurrection.
But I can help.
You can.
I can go.
I can get the peaceful.
You can make a show of it for sure.
Yeah, me too.
When you become close enough to the gods, this is what. In the
I'm,
name of Sude!
I'm one with
Whenever
the
your
moon.
light shines, those people freak out and drop the urns, and they break. And a couple of them are like, "Oh my god!" A couple are like, "What?" And their
Like that-
loved ones like, in a swirl appear before them, and you hear in your mind,
I am Charles the Tan, a servant.
Let me hear and say the 10.
"Starving of the Three Sisters." Don't forget.
Because we all start the same ones now.
A servant of Sune, one of the three sisters.
You can really,
We're just not feeling day on a day that I don't even know.
and literally, as he says that, Jason's just gonna look at him.
Really, dude?
Really? Your god had to take precedence over everyone else's? They couldn't be equals here? Really?
Instead of saying really, you could say.
Sune.
You could have just said, you know, and also I'm also Lucian, follower of Sanin. The
That's like me as an
Your guy
example.
asks you to give a speech to the townspeople and about the evils of following along, trying not to be hurt. Which those six understand completely. And it is better to not
Message
resist.
received.
So, they have not forgotten us, even though many, it seems, in this world have forgotten them. They say that it is more, that it is Charles. Charles stuff.
It's like I did not actually give a full speech. I have to write that kind of thing.
What's my
The god needs you as much as we need them.
what my shiny
Resist, and you shall be. What do you call it?
Blessed?
Blessed. There we go. Blessed.
It is better to die in the service of the gods than it is than it is to live in the death and live in the darkness.
Oh, come on. It's been hilariously dramatic. One sweat it for a second. She's a chaos goddess. She might actually go for that. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Because even should you die, your witness will bring power to the gods. If we are ever to overcome these evil gods, we must bring power. We must spread the belief and empower the good ones.
Okay.
Six.
So these six here. I shall not, in the name of the three sisters.
In the name of the mother, the sister, and the daughter.
In the name of the triple goddess, you might say.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I'm
The mother, the sister, and the daughter. Anyway, that's yeah. Just give me the car.
I'm
Go
not-
straight to hell. Do not pass go.
The mother of them, the maiden,
I'm
and the
already on
crow.
the way.
So these 6 are the first defenders against the evil. They will go on for great things. And you guys are the seed that started it. They are a fighter, a cleric, a rogue, a mage, a druid, and a ranger. Oh, and a bard. My bad. Not a ranger, a bard.
Fighter, rogue, mage, druid, cleric, bard.
And the bard stops and looks around, says, I believe this would be a good time to restart the Harpers.
What's a Harper?
It was a. It's a.
Organization is a very loose term.
Ringleader.
Extremely
The
loose.
Harpers are an organization that
The ranger.
They fight for the betterment of the realm.
yeah, but they don't take
They-
any form of payment.
They don't take any form of payment.
So
They,
kind of like
Given that deck.
and like I said, organization is a very loose term.
Yeah.
I also
So there's no like hierarchy in it really.
okay. So everybody's just
It's-
everybody goes out.
But
4 base
they are basically identifiable
A druid
to other
and a bard.
Harpers, especially
one of the was it?
as people who know
No,
how
who's
to get information, know how to
We're
get
not there
things
yet.
done.
Yeah, there's a cleric.
We'll get to my,
But yeah, have you seen the new D&D
but
movie?
they at least have something to get them started.
And you guys
Chris-
notice
Chris
that
Pine or Chris Pratt?
cleric is a female.
I'm bad
Chris
with
Pine.
it.
She has a
The main
silver
character,
Yeah.
holy
the one with the
symbol
loot.
Yeah.
with 3
Um,
faces.
He is a Harper.
Literally, it is the triple
Yeah,
gun
yeah,
straight up.
they swear an oath
Yeah, they swear
To-
an oath.
protect the
I
realm.
guess Sandy was a part of the tree.
And have nothing in return.
Yeah.
Is that
And that's
not
yeah, okay. And he's like,
Nice.
crap.
Like,
More like the
Can
Seven
have
Sisters.
things.
But
Yeah,
Yep.
makes sense.
I remember that. Okay.
Hey, Cheryl,
Okay. The what? Sorry.
out of all the
She's a
equipment,
thing
that
she has a holy symbol that has
some of the.
Three
it
faces.
looks like moonlight and has
I just
3
gave him-
moon
I gave-
faces on it.
If you
Yay!
got anything extra else.
Hello, sisters.
Let's see.
Oh,
I gave the ranger and the fighter swords and the cleric armor. So
we don't have a ranger.
talking about the
Well,
ones we
we
just
the
made.
ranger.
I'm talking about the ones we
Or no, we
basically
didn't-
just
We
made.
didn't make a ranger. We made a bard.
Yeah, bard and a druid.
Oh, I thought you said ranger.
No, he
did
changed
first
the ranger to a
Oh.
bard.
Bard.
Okay.
because it wouldn't make sense for a
Give
ranger
him
to go,
one
we're going to
plain
create
shirt.
the Harpers again.
Yeah, that's
But a
right.
bard,
Bard.
he's like, I've got us.
I feel a thong coming on.
Can any of them use the longbow?
Anything extra you have, they can use.
I give my longbow away.
And the rapier, give him the plus one.
It's like, I'm sure one of them is an elf.
The plus one set of leather. The masterwork
Oh,
rapier,
they're all
archfield
handy.
shield, the plus one rapier.
It's like-
But the fighter can use a longbow.
Great sword, great axe,
Yeah.
the masterwork battle axe, hand axe.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and hand
Yeah,
over.
plus
So
one.
Masterwork dagger.
we have a fighter, right?
Yeah, one of them's a fire.
Yeah, I'll hand over my crossbow and hand crossbows to
Okay, we don't-
the fighter.
Those are gone. Those are the
He looked like Aragorn. He's got a longbow, 2 hand crossbows, a crossbow. He gave him like a rapier or something.
There's a plus one rapier. There's like a change.
I was like,
there's
I
a
don't
plus
use my
one
longbows
chainmail,
and the-
there's-
Yeah.
There was a plus one set of leather in there. There's getting handed them out to whoever. There's a bunch of masterwork weapons they handed out.
Oh,
There was like 4 or 5.
actually, the cleric I will also give.
Bards are
Doing what?
bards have pets, right?
Yes. That might be handy if they go up north to Arl's realm.
Right.
But
Oh, go ahead, ask the question.
also I will give. You said there's a rogue too, right?
He's talking hope.
I'll
Bards
go
have
ahead
pets,
and
right?
give the rogue my
No.
my forgery kit
What
Oh, okay.
class that he said has pets?
just in case.
Possibly the
Need
druid?
that.
Yeah.
I give the druid Spin
The
as
rat.
a
Oh,
companion.
wow, the rat.
As a companion.
That's awesome.
And the bard can have my plus one with because it's cliche as heck. Here, bard. I think you could use this.
They're like, wow, look what he gave you, Scanlan.
Just how to use this.
The cleric gives him a devious smile.
And then
You are bound and determined to get one of the two of us to
That's okay. When we finish both these campaigns, we're rolling up these 6 characters and playing.
Wait, what?
This will be the never-ending campaign.
Oh, on that one, I'm totally digging the sorcerer. That Colin did right now.
And then Charles like, and these items were worn by the great Charles the Tan. And I was like, engraved by.
And now you got like an audience like Bilbo had when he was telling the little hobbit the story before the
And
fireworks.
so he'll hand out his
He really
chainmail he used to
He's
wear.
full of himself, isn't he?
He'll hand out the
Or you know,
javelins
in the
he
Lord of
used.
the Rings, where you're just, it's like, you have my axe.
He's like, I can see what you're saying.
He'll hand out the chainmail he used to use. He hands out the javelin he used to use.
Used to?
Yeah, the stuff he's not using anymore that he used to use before he got better stuff. Like, this was worn by Charles the Tan.
This was used by Charles.
I gave one of my pets possessions. What are you giving away?
I'm giving them stuff that's going to be worth a lot in the future. Actually, are
The
you?
cast of weapons called the Legends of Happenstance.
And the shield and the whip. This was my first weapon.
What was it? A whip? That's one.
I gave him my first pet.
It was a whip.
Just a whip.
It's a whip.
Mine was a bit of whip.
It's a whip.
Well, now we just need someone to do the whips and be a young
It's real
whippersnapper.
good. It's green.
I think we'll be.
It's real good.
Whip you into shape. I don't know how to do it.
You said they all are humans.
Oh, I have to go into my character sheet and do
I'm
that.
gonna get the lighter since he's probably gonna be dead.
Remind me to go into my character sheet and take spin off.
You know.
Right?
But may there be a light for you.
I did give you a spin so you can have a
Make it all dramatic or no.
a pet
At
that
which
can
point,
fetch.
the druid looks at all her companions and goes, "We have a quest. We must go." And they all look at her very quizzically. And she's like, and heads off out of town.
She knows what she's doing. That's all you hear. Yell says. Well, I think we should probably try to.
Follow them?
No,
No. God, no.
They're on their own thing now. They have been blessed.
You will be with him soon enough.
Yeah,
Maybe next year, but soon enough.
I want to go back to Bubba briefly and ask him if there are, because you said where they are. They're not too far from.
The
They're
village.
not too far from the area of the sea that we could cross into the paths of Dark, actually, if we were to get a ship.
Well, I mean, you could get a ship, but to get a ship, you'd have to go to Waterdeep, and you'd have to get it from
So
his,
it has to be
from him. Like, he has the only ships that you can, like...
So Waterdeep's just the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, just
Waterdeep is literally the only city that is somewhat like it was. Because the populace is full of nobles, and of course
Right.
they're going to kowtow and do whatever.
and the rest of them are going to have all of the
There
protections
will be
available.
there will be, you know, the one or two that are working secretly and underground that you'll have to discover and things of that nature. It's what it has always been.
So in
As
other
a matter
words,
of fact, the first Lord of Waterdeep, if I recall correctly,
Yeah, and on that note,
I'm just
and
walking.
on that note,
See ya.
I tell you about the
so,
Griffin
hey, Paolo,
Cavalry.
before you
Hey, I got a griffin.
are you saying that Waterdeep is more akin to like where we came from nowadays than it used to be?
Most definitely, except that all the
Why
nobles
not
aren't trying to
say?
kill all the men.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But it's definitely more
Well-
chaos centric,
They probably are trying to kill some of them,
but not in that same manner.
but just in the normal sense of women trying to kill men.
Right. Okay, so yeah, that's where
For
we
some
gotta go.
reason, my thing does not want me to stay healed.
Level.
This song is called Standing Defiant.
The level of 16.
Level 16.
And we're done?
Yeah.
What do I
Oh,
get?
wow.
Oh, that's...
That's all I got. And that was all off the cuff. I didn't know a clue what I was going to do today.
I'm doing that.
And then Charles holds.
I don't want to do the dragon fight unprepared. The dragon soldier fight.
Yeah.
And then Charles.
It's got its.
Where you
We're going to have a wagon in the middle of the road again, though.
Always.
So were you just sweating me getting caught there for a minute? Like, oh, don't do it, don't do it.
No.
I mean, that's,
I mean, if you got caught, it would have been what it was. would have just pulled up the.
You're just like, oh crap, here we go.
Then Charlotte has like adult mass dedication ceremony.
I feel like I'm kind
Carter, you see the first church of the Three Sisters. in
How's everybody?
Fangirl.
I feel like as he like keeps brightening, it's
Oh,
darkness, darkness.
There's like two bright pieces in there.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's the light just keeps like abounding. I'm having
No,
darkness
keep it-
around the city, just like the around the house, just to
No,
keep
when I
it
said that
from being seen
those are
from
his, I
miles
meant
off.
those are his.
Nope.
We'll keep him in the
Nope.
corner where we played. That way he can. Is this art?
Nope, that's fine.
Same.
Hey, could I have
Never make a
those
mistake.
chilies?
The queso ones?
No, just
Oh.
they're a little stale, but they will take you on heat.
Better notes.
I was gonna say I see a little bit of sweat there forming on your forehead.
This is what
Fresh Toronto's in
I'm
the
doing today.
for one fresh Toronto.
You lost me at avocado.
Huh?
I said you lost me at avocado.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing, and I can eat one by itself with just a little salt.
Ooh.
And actually, I don't have to have salt. I can just eat an avocado. I
Second,
love them.
second to last level of the paranormal. Or
That was really weird. You know what? Let's. Great. Oh no, what?
Charles, once every 7 days, you can cast True Resurrection.
Nice. That's how flexible that is.
Resurrection once every 7 days. That's sick.
Jace, once every 7 days, you can cast Limited Wish.
Ooh. So how does limited
If
wish
you are
work from
subscribed to
regular
me, you can use this rate message. And if not,
Because if I
you
gave
can
you a
use-
real wish every 7 days, you can just make a wish every 7 days till everything's fixed.
We're gonna make that go away and that go away and that go away and that go.
We're gonna make
Although
Vecta
I
human.
still roll the percentile to see if he can still ever do it again.
Right.
Which that's always nice.
I mean,
Do you
literally,
really want to do
you
that?
did the whole thing by saying I wish there was dumb free.
And chained.
Fair. That's actually fair.
And chained.
Yeah. Well, no, you got to have to chain him still.
Yeah, we'd have to rechain
You
him.
didn't say the first wish, like,
I
we
wish I
need
had
to chain. Second wish, set him free. Third wish,
Chain him.
we got to do it before the third wish to do it in 7 days.
Yeah.
He can destroy everything.
No, you wish for in 7 days, he's free.
Yeah.
Now your turnaround wish can be, and he's chained. Done.
That's why you don't have wish.
Campaign.
Nola,
Mm-hmm.